1. Introduction. I am Daisy. My age is 24 years. I live in a small town. This town is my home. Every day I work in a bakery. My job is to make fresh bread and tasty cakes. I start my work early in the morning. I finish in the late afternoon. I like working with my hands and seeing happy customers. The smell of warm bread and sweet pastries fills the air. It is a good job. My life is simple, with a clear routine. But sometimes, in quiet moments, I feel lonely. This feeling often comes in the evenings when the day is ending. I wish for something more, something different to fill the quiet spaces in my life. After work, and when the bakery is closed, I always walk to the bus stop. I take the last bus to go home. This bus ride is a regular part of my day. The streets outside the bus are usually very quiet at that time. Most shops have closed. There are not many cars, and only a few people walk. The sky slowly turns dark, and the streetlights start to shine. The bus itself is almost always empty. Sometimes 1 or 2 other people are there, sitting quietly. They are usually tired, just like me, going home after a long day. I like to sit by the window. I look out at the quiet world passing by. I think about my day and my plans for tomorrow. My journey home is peaceful, but it can also feel a bit lonely. It is a time when I am alone with my thoughts. One evening, something changed on my usual bus ride. It started like any other day. I finished my work at the bakery, said goodbyes to my colleagues, and walked to the bus stop. The last bus came on time. I got on the bus and walked to find my usual seat. I always sit near the window, but this night was different. My eyes saw someone new. There was a young man sitting alone on the bus. He was sitting a few seats away from me, towards the back. I had never seen him on this bus before. He had dark hair and he wore a simple blue jacket. He looked calm and quiet. His eyes were looking out the window, just as mine often do. I wondered who he was. I wondered why he was on the last bus tonight. His presence was new and a little surprising. I did not know his name then, but I learned it later. His name was Charlie. This was the very first time I saw Charlie. My quiet, empty bus ride suddenly felt a little less empty. I felt a small, new feeling in the air. I did not know it then, but this was the start of a new part of my life. The bus continued its slow journey through the quiet streets, and I kept looking at the new person. 2. The first meeting. The bus was quiet, like always. I found a seat near the window. Charlie was already sitting there, a few rows in front of me. I looked at him for a moment. He turned his head slowly. Our eyes met. A small, kind smile appeared on his face. My heart beat a little faster. I felt very shy. My cheeks felt warm, but I wanted to smile back, so I did. It was a small smile, but it was real. His eyes looked warm and friendly. They made me feel a little less alone. We did not say any words that night. The bus continued its journey through the quiet streets. I looked out the window, but my thoughts were not on the dark outside. I was thinking about Charlie. Who was this new person? Why was he on my bus? His smile stayed in my mind. It was a simple smile, but it felt important. It was a new thing in my quiet evening. When the bus stopped at my street, I stood up. I walked past Charlie. He looked at me again. I gave him another small smile. Then I got off the bus. The air was cool. I walked home, but the night felt different. It was not as lonely as before. I went inside my small house. I made a cup of tea. I sat on my sofa, but I could not stop thinking about him. His kind eyes, his gentle smile, they were clear in my thoughts. I felt a small spark of happiness. It was a new feeling for me. The next morning, I went to work at the bakery. I made fresh bread. I decorated cakes. I talked to customers. But all day, a new thought was in my mind. I wondered if I would see Charlie again. I started to look forward to the evening. My usual bus ride home was now something special. I felt a little excited. This was a new feeling for my simple life. When my work finished, I walked to the bus stop. My heart was beating a little faster than usual. I got on the bus. I looked around. Yes, he was there. He sat in the same seat as the night before. He looked up when I walked past. He saw me. A friendly smile came to his face again. This time, it felt a little easier for me to smile back. We still did not talk, but the bus felt different. It felt less empty. It felt like a place where something new was starting. I knew then that I wanted to see him every night. The last bus was not just a ride home anymore. It was a place where I could see Charlie. It was a moment to look forward to. My lonely life felt a little less lonely now. A small hope began to grow inside me. 3. We start talking. One evening, the usual quiet on the bus slowly began to change. Charlie was sitting in his usual seat. Daisy sat down in hers. After a moment, he turned his head and offered a simple hello. His voice was kind and soft. Daisy felt a little shy, but she smiled and said hello back. That was the start. It was a very small beginning, but it felt important. They started with easy topics. They often talked about the weather. "It's a cold evening tonight," Charlie might say. Daisy would reply, "Yes, I hope it doesn't rain." Or, "The sun was nice today, wasn't it?" They spoke about the simple things they saw outside the bus window. These small words broke the silence between them. Daisy found herself feeling a little more comfortable each time. Soon, their conversations grew a little longer. They started to talk about their jobs. Charlie told Daisy that he worked in a small bookshop. It was a cozy place, not far from the train station in their town. He loved being surrounded by books. He enjoyed helping people find a new story or learn something new. He said reading was one of his favorite things to do. Daisy listened carefully. Then, Daisy told Charlie about her work at the bakery. She spoke about the warm smell of fresh bread and sweet cakes every morning. She explained how she decorated birthday cakes and made small pastries. She liked seeing the happy faces of her customers. Charlie listened with interest, and sometimes he laughed at her stories about busy mornings. It felt good to share these parts of her life with him. Every night, the bus ride became a time for talking. Their words flowed more easily. They talked about small events from their day. They shared their thoughts on different things. Daisy learned that Charlie liked listening to quiet music, and he found joy in simple walks. Charlie learned that Daisy loved to draw pictures when she had free time. The bus was no longer just a ride home. It was a place where two people shared small pieces of their lives. Daisy felt a new kind of happiness growing inside her. Her heart, which often felt a little heavy with loneliness, now felt lighter and warmer. She found herself smiling often, even when she was alone. She looked forward to the end of her workday, knowing that the bus ride would bring her another chance to talk with Charlie. His kind voice and gentle laugh made her feel very comfortable. It was a wonderful change. She knew she wanted these conversations to continue every single night. A night in the rain. One evening, after my work at the bakery, I went to the bus stop. The sky was very dark. Soon, it started to rain. It rained very hard. Big drops of water fell from the sky. I did not have an umbrella with me. I always forgot it. I felt a little sad because I knew I would get very wet. The bus arrived and I got on. Charlie was there like always. He smiled at me. I sat down in my usual seat. The rain was hitting the bus windows loudly. When the bus stopped at my street, I looked outside. The rain was still very strong. I took a deep breath. I knew I had to run to my house. As I stood up, Charlie stood up too. He looked at me with kind eyes. "You do not have an umbrella," he said. I shook my head. "No, I forgot it," I told him. He then did something very kind. He opened his own umbrella. "Here," he said, "we can share it." My heart felt a little surprise, then a lot of happiness. We walked out into the rain together. Charlie held the umbrella over both of us. The rain was still falling heavily, but I did not feel so wet. We walked slowly down the street. The sound of the rain was all around us. It was a quiet walk, but it was not silent. I felt very comfortable next to him. His arm was close to mine. I could feel the warmth from him. My clothes were getting a little wet and the air was cold. But inside, I felt warm. It was a new feeling for me. We reached my house. I stopped at my door. "Thank you, Charlie," I said. "You are very kind." He smiled at me. His smile made me feel even warmer. "It was no problem, Daisy," he replied. He stood there for a moment, still holding the umbrella. I looked at his face. The streetlights made his eyes shine. I suddenly realized something very important. I did not want our time together to end just on the bus. I did not want him to be just a friend I saw every evening. I wanted him to be a bigger part of my life. I wanted to see him more often. I wanted to talk to him not just about the weather or our jobs, but about everything. This walk in the rain, under his umbrella, felt special. It felt different from all our other talks. It was a moment that showed me how much I liked him. I wanted to know more about him. I wanted him to know more about me. My feelings were growing stronger. I wanted to be more than just two people on the last bus. This night, with the rain and Charlie's kind act, changed something inside me. It was a small moment, but it felt big. I went inside my house and I thought about him for a long time. The warm feeling stayed with me, even though my clothes were damp. I knew then that I hoped for a future with Charlie, a future that started with a shared umbrella on a rainy night. 5. My feelings and fears. Charlie started to meet me. He waited for me outside the bakery. When I finished work, he was always there. This was a new thing for me. Before, I always walked alone to the bus stop. Now, we walked together. It felt different. It felt nice to have him there. My evenings were changing. Sometimes, Charlie had a small gift for me. One day, he brought me a beautiful red flower. My heart felt warm when I saw it. Another day, he gave me a book. He remembered that I liked to read. He remembered our talks about books on the bus. These small things made me very happy. They showed me that he thought about me. They showed me that he cared. We talked more and more during our walks to the bus stop. He listened to everything I said. He never looked bored. He asked questions about my day. He laughed at my small jokes. I started to tell him more about my life. I told him about my simple home. I told him about my dreams for the future. I felt safe when I was with him. I began to trust him a lot. This trust grew stronger every day, which was a new feeling for me. But with these new feelings, I also felt scared. My heart had a secret fear. I had a past relationship. That relationship was not good. It ended with much pain. It made me feel very sad for a long time. I did not want to feel that pain again. I did not want my heart to break again. This fear was always in my mind. Charlie was kind. He was different from my past. But what if things changed? What if he left me too? These thoughts often came into my mind. I liked him very much. I wanted to be happy. But the fear was always there, like a small, dark cloud. It sat quietly in my heart. I tried to push the fear away. I tried to focus on the good moments we shared. Our walks were lovely. His smile was warm and kind. His gifts were thoughtful. He made me feel special and important. I wanted to enjoy these times fully. I wanted to open my heart completely. But the memory of past pain was strong. It made me careful. It made me think twice about everything. I did not want to lose him. I did not want to push him away because of my fear. but I also did not want to get hurt. It was a difficult feeling to carry. I felt happy when he was near. I felt worried when I was alone at home. This was a new part of my life. It was a time of many feelings, both good and bad. I hoped that everything would be okay in the end. I hoped that my heart could be brave enough for this new beginning. 6. The bus I missed. One evening, the bakery was very busy. Many customers came to buy bread and cakes. I had to work for a long time. My hands moved fast, but the clock moved slowly. I wanted to finish my work quickly. I knew the last bus would come soon. When I finally looked at the time, it was very late. I quickly cleaned my work area and put on my coat. I had to run. I ran out of the bakery door. The street was dark, but I could see the bus stop in the distance. The big, yellow bus was there. My heart felt a little hope. I ran faster, calling, "Wait!" But the bus driver did not hear me. The bus closed its doors. It started to move. It turned the corner and was gone. I stopped running. My breath was fast and my body felt tired. I stood alone on the dark street. The last bus was gone. I felt very sad and alone. This bus was important. It was my way home, but it was also my way to see Charlie. Now I would not see him. The thought made my sadness grow. The street lights looked dim. The air was cold around me. I did not know what to do. The walk home was very long. Suddenly, I heard a voice. "Daisy?" I turned around quickly. It was Charlie. He stood there under a street light. He was smiling a little. My heart felt a big jump. How was he here? He should have been on the bus. He walked closer to me. "I saw the bus leave," he said. "I waited for you." My eyes felt warm. He waited for me. He knew I might miss the bus. He cared for me. He looked at me with his kind eyes. "Daisy," he said softly, "I will never let you go home alone." These words were like a warm blanket. They chased away the cold and the sadness. I felt very safe with him. We started to walk. The street was quiet. The sky was dark blue, and many small, bright stars were out. We walked slowly, side by side. It was a different walk from our usual bus ride. Now it was just us under the open sky. We talked a little, but mostly we just walked. His presence was enough. Then something new happened. Charlie gently reached for my hand. His fingers touched mine. It was the first time. His hand was warm and strong. My hand fit perfectly in his. We walked like that, hand in hand, all the way to my house. The feeling was new and wonderful. It felt like a promise. The missed bus did not mean loneliness. It meant something more, something special had just started for us. 7, he tells me. The bus was quiet like many evenings before. I sat next to Charlie, but tonight felt different. He was not talking much. His eyes moved around the bus, then to his hands, then quickly to me. He looked a little nervous. My heart started to beat a little faster. I wondered what was wrong or if something good was coming. I hoped it was good. I wanted to hear something important from him. Charlie took a deep breath. He turned his body a little to face me. "Daisy," he said, his voice soft. He paused for a moment. He looked into my eyes. His gaze was kind, but also full of something new. My breath held in my chest. I waited. What would he say? I felt a mix of hope and a small bit of fear, but mostly hope. Then he spoke again, slowly and clearly. "Daisy, I like you. I like you very much." My eyes widened a little. This was what I hoped for. He continued, "Every night I wait for this bus. I wait for you. Our small talks are good, but I want more than just small talks." He looked at my hand, then back at my face. "I want to be an important part of your life. I want to be with you." My heart felt like a bird wanting to fly free. A huge, warm feeling spread through my body. It was not fear. It was a pure, strong happiness. All the worries I sometimes carried, all the lonely feelings, seemed to disappear in that moment. His words were so simple, but they meant everything to me. This was the feeling I had been waiting for a very long time. I looked at his kind face, at his honest eyes. I smiled, a real, big smile that reached my eyes. "Charlie," I whispered, my voice a little shaky with happiness. "I like you too." It was a simple sentence, just 4 words, but it held all my feelings. It was everything I wanted to say. Charlie smiled back, a huge, happy smile. His hand moved slowly and found mine on the seat between us. He held it gently. His fingers linked with mine. Our hands stayed together, warm and strong, for the rest of the bus ride. We did not talk much after that. We just sat, holding hands, watching the quiet streets pass by. The bus was the same, the journey was the same, but for us, everything had changed. It was a new start right here on the last bus home. I felt safe. I felt truly happy. This was a moment I would remember forever. 8, our new start. The last bus was once a quiet place. It felt empty, but now it feels different. It is not lonely. The bus holds many happy memories. Every evening I think of Charlie. I remember his kind eyes. I remember our small talks. I remember his umbrella. This bus is where our story began. It is special for us. This simple bus brought us together. It helped us to know each other. Before Charlie, my life felt quiet. It was just work and home. But now my life is full of joy. Our love story started on those seats. It began under the bus lights on the way home. This is a sweet memory I keep. After the bus ride, Charlie and I walk home. We hold hands. We talk about our day. We laugh. Sometimes we look at the night sky. The walk home is our special time. It is a time to share thoughts. Every step feels good. We are together, and that matters. We also talk about our future. We dream of simple things. Maybe we will visit new places. Maybe we will cook dinner. We talk about what we want to do. We think about our life ahead. Our dreams are happy and full of hope. It is wonderful to share dreams with someone you love. My old fears are gone. I used to be scared of getting hurt. My past love was painful, but Charlie is different. He is kind and gentle. He makes me feel safe and loved. I trust him completely. The fear has left my heart. Only happiness lives there. It is wonderful to be free and happy. My life is not just work and silence. Before Charlie, my life was simple. It was the bakery and the quiet bus. It was silent. But now my life is full of sound and color. It is full of Charlie's voice and his laughter. My life has changed. It is a new life, a new beginning. Charlie is a big part of my life. He is my best friend. He is my love. He makes every day better. I feel so lucky to have him. He understands me. He cares for me. Having Charlie in my life means everything. It is a true blessing. Yes, the last bus. It was just a bus. But it brought me my true love. It brought me Charlie. It started our new beginning. I will always remember this bus. It is not just a ride home. It is the start of our happy story. It is the start of us, our new start.